Welcome back to another episode of Grizzly Books True Crime. My name is Gisela K. You can call me G, Gisela, Gizmo, Grizzly, Gizzy, not Jizzy, or any combination of the above. Today we're going to be looking at the 911 call and discussing that, as well as looking at some updates on Brian's supposed online activity. That's interesting, which means he's alive. He's somewhere out there, from what we can see with the changes happening with his online footprint. Let's get started. Before we get started, I just want to say welcome to all my new subscribers. I really appreciate every single one of you. I'm reading all the comments. I just have no capacity to reply to all of them. I would literally need like 5 clones of myself to be able to do that. But I do see your comments. I appreciate your thoughts. I appreciate the support. Thank you so much for the thumbs up, for the subscribe, for hitting the bell, and for all the interaction going on in the comments. It's very interesting discussions going on. Of course, I'm not a detective or a mental health professional or a body language expert, or I don't work for the FBI. I'm South African, living in the Netherlands, and I love true crime. I'm a self-published true crime author. I've written 4 books, and that's about it on my credentials as a detective. Okay, so I'm here thinking with you, analyzing this, doing my best, and I hope that you're enjoying all the content. Today, we're going to look at this immediately. Let's look, because it kind of changes everything, doesn't it? Look at this 911 call, which was released. Listen to it.
We drove by and the gentleman was slapping the girl.
He was slapping her?
A newly released 911 phone call sheds a light on what others witnessed at the end of a month-long cross-country trip and clearly a stressed relationship. Gabby Petito and her fiancé Brian.
Doesn't he look so different there compared to the little boy he was being with the cops? I mean, I told you I like analyzing body language. Not an expert, unless I'm an expert in my own right because of my own background, trauma, and analyzing people's body language my whole life. Pretty intuitive with that stuff. But here, damn, his chest is out, shoulders back, super confident, you know, like, I know he's all dressed up over here. Sometimes he looks so much more mature than he was putting on in the body cam footage. He looks so much more aggressive than he was putting on in that body cam footage. So I'll show you in a moment. Let's just continue with this.
Brian Laundrie spent the month of July on a cross-country sightseeing tour. A 911 call just obtained from August 12th is the first indication something was wrong when a man in Moab, Utah, told dispatchers he saw Brian slapping her.
We drove by and the gentleman was slapping the girl.
He was slapping her?
Yes, and then we stopped. They ran up and down the sidewalk. He proceeded to hit her, hopped in the car, and they drove off.
Okay, you said it's a white van?
Laundrie told police that Gabby hit him with her phone and grabbed the van's steering wheel to make him pull over as police followed them.
You were hitting him in the arm. Did you grab the steering wheel?
No, I didn't.
You did not touch the steering wheel?
The two were separated for the night and no charges were ever filed. On August 19th, a now eerie video was posted to YouTube detailing their van life journey.
On August 19th, the video was posted, the only video on their channel, August 19th, and supposedly Brian was in Florida at the time. Can someone please provide proof of that? Because I don't even have any proof that he was ever in Florida. Where the hell is Brian? And why would he go from the 17th to the 23rd to Florida to clean out storage? And is the storage the shed? Huh? Or is it an actual storage unit? I can't wait for all this information to come out. Keep me in the loop. If you're a few steps ahead of me, keep me in the loop. Email me. Send me links. Send me DMs on Instagram. I appreciate everything that comes in. I definitely see it all. Some of you are commenting and DMing and saying, hello, I've sent you something. I see it. I see it. I'm trying to keep up. But right here in this, remember okay, let me first finish what I was saying. They posted this on I say it because we don't know which person posted it, but very likely Gabby then. We don't know though, but let's say Gabby posted it when she was staying at that Fairfield Inn, posting the video. But there was an August There was an August 19th Instagram, wasn't there? But August 19th, the video goes up when he's supposedly in Florida, which makes me feel like, did he post it so that he makes everything look, you know, like it's still fine? But in my gut, I feel like Gabby would have posted that one. What do you guys think? I mean, on August 19th is also the day that the van picture was posted. And the thing about the processed pre-packaged plastic conglomerate of lunch garbage on the picnic table. Remember that one? The second last post on Gabby's Instagram account.
Gabby's Tito never goes outside.
Giving a glimpse into their life on the road, on August 25th, Gabby posted her final Instagram photo from Utah and made what was the last phone call to her family from Grand Teton National Park.
Speaking of which, let's have a look at this. I want to see this. Okay, so that's still there. When I looked on my phone this morning, it looked like the little fly emoji was no longer there, and I'm like, that's weird. But it looks like there's still two symbols there, so it must still be there. But this picture, some people have proven, I'm saying it like that because I can't prove it, so now that's speculative, but that this picture was taken in 2019 and that the couple had visited the site before. That's interesting. People have also said, of course, her hair, especially on top with the roots and everything, way too fresh looking, you know, for this picture compared to the body cam footage. Okay.
The van was captured on video in the park 2 days later. A TikTok user claimed to give Brian a ride.
We will be looking in detail at the sandals by the van. And I actually agree with you guys. A lot of you guys, that's why I love your comments. We're saying she wouldn't put the sandals facing the car because she would generally turn around, sit on the bumper, take her sandals off. They'd face the other way if she got in the car, which means it's his sandals, and we all know he's a barefoot melon boy. So that's also, he's such a hypocrite. I'm sorry, but gee, like this guy, he's a barefoot melon boy, but in half of his posts he's wearing shoes anyway, hiking. He's like, I only go places where I don't have to wear shoes, but he wears hiking shoes in many of his pictures. He's a vegan who eats salmon. He's a barefoot hiker who wears hiking boots. See what I'm saying? Okay.
The evening of August 29th, they say he was hitchhiking in the area. On August 30th, Gabby's mom said she received a strange text message from her daughter that read, "No signal in Yosemite," referring to the national park in California. Laundrie returned home to Florida on September 1st in the same van, but without Gabby. And 10 days later, her family reported her missing to New York authorities on September 11th. On September 17th, Northport police went to the Laundrie home. The family attorney revealed that Brian's whereabouts were unknown and that he was last seen the morning of September 14th before going hiking. On September 19th, law enforcement in Grand Teton National Park, Wyoming, found a body similar to Gabby's description, where she was last believed to be seen. Dan Maddox, Fox 13 News.
Okay, so now that we know that Brian was slapping her and hitting her, and that's why the witness called the police. You know, think about it. If you're the witness and you see a couple fighting, if they're just arguing, you're not going to be like, oh my word, I got to call the police. I mean, maybe we should be like that. But I just don't think the average person is going to look and be like, they're arguing a bit. Let me call 911. No. I think the fact that he called 911 was because Brian was hitting her, slapping her. He grabbed her by her face, according to what she said on the body cam footage. And he locked her out of the van. He put her backpack on the back, meaning like, get your backpack and go. So he was going to abandon her, leave her without the van, stranded, which is dangerous too. Even if he had done that and neglected her and driven off, it's dangerous to leave her stranded. You don't know what can happen to her after that. So at that point already, he had no regard for her. Remember when I was talking about the delicate arches, I really feel like Brian's mask came right off there. Like that is when the killer in him, yet to be proven, but the, what should we call it? The narcissist in him, the evil in him the serial killer wannabe in him, because he's reading all these books about serial killers and visiting serial killer hotspots, that darkness came out. And I think the relationship definitely changed after their visit to the Delicate Archers. It's got nothing to do with the Archers. It's just about that day. And the witness also said, by the way, that they were arguing over her phone. I'm telling you, he was taking control of her phone. He put the backpack on the back of the van. He locked everything. He tried to lock her out of the van. But the driver's seat, or the driver's side, was apparently that door was still unlocked. And she ran around and pulled that open, or tried to pull it open. And then eventually got into the window, climbed over him. That's how she got in the car, and they sped off. Drove off. Don't come at me for saying sped off. They drove off. But that is quite a desperate attempt for Gabby not to be abandoned. Some people have brought up some abandonment issues, and that her behavior, the OCD, people are saying that's self-diagnosed, and that she was behaving more like someone with BPD. I mean, what, are we armchair psychologists now? You know what I mean? We can speculate, but she definitely didn't want to be left stranded there, also because it's her van, and it was their trip. He'd already allegedly abandoned her from the 17th to the 23rd when he went back to his parents' house. And when he came back, you know, from the 23rd, he came back supposedly, and I just want to confirm, did he stay in that hotel with her that night? Could the hotel maybe confirm this? Talk, people, talk. We need information at this point. We have to find Brian. I believe he's alive based on his activity on Spotify. The Instagram one we can debate, because there's definitely people being unfollowed every day, or people are blocking him every day. Today I'm going to work on contacting all those people. I've made a whole list. I'll show you in a moment. And asking them, did you unfollow him, or did you unfollow him, remove him from your followers? Did you block him, or did he unfollow you? Because if there's even one person that says that he unfollowed them, he's 100% alive on Instagram. I've seen the speculation of him going Instagram live by mistake. I don't think any of us would have actually missed that, but some kind of live tracking or seeing where he was, Tillman's Corner, someone giving him a ride. And I saw an article this morning where someone gave him a ride from Tillman's Corner. It's like 600 miles away from home. I haven't looked at it in detail yet on the map. Hello, good morning. I'm starting with this video today. But giving him a ride to Walmart, and then at that Walmart, they found a black backpack just stranded. So we're yet to see what was in the backpack, what is going on there. And they found a dead person there shortly after, you know, within the next day, which I think was yesterday actually. But they said that that was a homeless man that had died outside that Walmart and had nothing to do with Brian. So even the police and the FBI are sort of implying, yes, that he's dangerous, but like he could be a serial killer. He's definitely a wannabe serial killer. Okay, so let me show you this. You see this picture, look at him, look at Brian, just look at him carefully for a second. On the top left is obviously the picture of him, a screenshot of the Bodycam footage. That's what he looked like, all nervous, you know, anxious little boy, right? Looking very compliant and very different. Really like he went into little boy mode. That's little melon boy mode. At the bottom left-hand corner, there is the book Lullaby. I'm going to go into detail, analyzing his art, the books he was reading, the movies he liked, Hellboy, Fight Club, all that kind of stuff. We'll look at that. But there he is cutting up, I think that is a pear. I mean, it looks like an apple, actually. It looks like an apple, right? Sometimes you get round pears like that. They look exactly like that. It's like Japanese pears. I think that's an apple. That's beside the point. But he's cutting up a pear or apple there. There's the book Lullaby that people have pointed out. And yes, he put it in his pictures right next to his art of the princess with the blood spilling out of her mouth. Okay, so we'll analyze that. So he's got his book. He's got his little notepad there with all the drawing pens and just chilling there in the wild like that. But from the top left picture to the bottom left picture, that's like, okay, he's, it just looks different. But now on the right-hand side, look at the main picture. This is from the Nomadic Static YouTube video. ABC News also showed this picture, which I find interesting because look at him. There is when the mask is off. That's what I'm saying. I'm speculating. But in my opinion, that's when this good guy mask is off. And there's the beast. There's the narcissist or COVID narcissist or whatever we want to call him. The killer? We don't know that yet. But that's a very different Brian compared to little boy in the body cam footage. That person is triggering for me. I've been through a lot of abuse, and seeing that picture terrifies me. Looking at him like that, he's scary. Then look at her face. If you look at her face and the way every muscle in her face is and the way she's smiling, nervous. She's a bit nervous in that picture. I know it's not a picture, it's a video. But that is not really, that's a person who's concealing fear, in my opinion. Based on how I've looked in pictures and, what I've been through and how I can just feel it. In that moment, I can feel what she would feel like. And I can definitely sense that he is dark over there. Like, look at this guy. That person right there looking down at her like that is just different to the Brian we saw in the footage. Next up. My. Let me show you this. Remember yesterday I posted a video analyzing the Nomadic Static Spotify playlist. And his latest playlist was called Self-Consumption. Well, guess what? Within a couple of hours, he had changed the name of the playlist. He's also added songs to the playlist, which I cannot see yet on the desktop version of Spotify. But I did get a screenshot from my phone. All songs that are added, they are added to the bottom. We saw that yesterday. You got to scroll the way down to see the newest songs that are added. These were added. These are new songs on the playlist that used to be called Self-Consumption. This means he's active. It means he's alive. For some reason, he's taken away the name. Look at everything. Mountaintops, Mellow Yellow, Honey Bunch, Horizon. But Self-Consumption, the words have been taken out. And according to my Spotify app on my phone, those songs have just been added. It Can Feel So Good, Zamuto, Pale Eyes, Igloo Ghost. I urge you to go and listen to these. It's freaking eerie. I can't play it on here. You cannot do that on YouTube. Just play songs from Spotify. You'll get copyright striked immediately. Bug Thief, Igloo Ghost, My Dog's Eyes. Freaking weird. New Vectors, Igloo Ghost. Wow, Esme, Lully. Bombo Genesis, Screens. Nobody Cares. Nobody Cares, Superorganism. Nobody Cares, Superorganism. 1 second, please. I just want to tell you these lyrics because that's the latest one. Incomplete without tearing up all of the sleeves. Nobody cares. You look fine. No, I don't. Let's consult our favorite recipe. Nobody cares. Oh no, nobody cares. Out we go into the world of scary eyes and lies. Low key, baby. I'm never feeling quite right. Nobody cares. Oh no, nobody cares. Oh no, nobody cares. That's the latest song that's been added to this playlist. That's what I'm reading the lyrics of. How am I to care? How am I to care? How am I to care when nobody else does? Sweet relief when you grow up and see for yourself. Nobody cares. Have a drink, have a smoke, do whatever you need to unload. Nobody cares. Oh no, nobody cares. Record skip tripping over, falling up the stairs. Awkward kids putting gel into their greasy hair. Nobody cares. Oh no, nobody cares. Oh no, nobody cares. How am I to care? How am I to care? How am I to care when nobody else does? Do you see that? I want to tell you this one, My Dog's Eyes by Zamuto. The lyrics say, you'll notice yourself smiling with delight over things you once paid no attention to. Street lights on the river, smoke rising from a chimney, red roofs in the trees, my dog's eyes. Water being cut at the bow of a boat, looking into deep, clear water, velvet, red velvet, the moon in the clouds. These were children who hadn't yet lost their sense of wonder. They hadn't become unseeing and unfeeling. A fast train rushing, a fast train rushing. If children were asked the same question today, their answers would reflect a more mechanized world, but I'm sure they'd still have that sense of wonder. And let's look at just one more. Screens. Photo. Screens. Photo. I don't think there's lyrics for this one. I looked earlier just to see. I also wanted to see now. Are there any lyrics for this one? But I really can't find it. But how weird is that, right? What do you think? Let's look at Pale Eyes quickly. Pale Eyes by Igloo Ghost. Nope. Sorry. I'll have to write them down myself. I wanted to just read them to you. I've listened to these songs and they just give me such a weird feeling because that's what he's listening to right now. Do we understand? He added these. He's changed the name of the playlist. Actually, he didn't change the name. He took the name right out. Freaking weird. What is wrong with this guy? What state of mind is he in? Let's play a tiny clip. This is the beginning of Pale Eyes. I'm sorry if that doesn't... It's not about the creators of the song that scares me. It's that he is listening to this right now. And now let's look at his Instagram. Remember his Instagram? These are the people he was following. I made a list. I've now written it out digitally. I like this old school method because we can control the fun by doing this. I know that there's apps out there and you guys are working hard on it. Thank you so much to everyone who's offering to help me. I really, really appreciate it. So from 1 up to 66, he actually was originally following 67 people. This was about 4 or 5 days ago. And, you know, from when Gabby was reported missing, he was following 67 people. I could only, when I reanalyzed everything, write down 66, so I don't know what happened to the 67th person. However, if you look at the highlighted ones in yellow, those are the people that now are no longer ones that his account follows. Now, this could mean that they blocked him, or it could mean that every day he's unfollowing a certain amount of people. That would also prove that he is on Instagram, that he is obviously on Spotify. We've seen that now. So if you want to, please pause this and go and find these people on Instagram and send them a DM and say, did you block Brian or did he unfollow you? Because that's what I want to do. I want to go through all of these highlighted in yellow and say, did you block him or did he unfollow you? Because if even one person says, I didn't block him, then we know he's active every day on Instagram. I also find it really strange how yesterday I posted a whole analysis of his Spotify playlist, and within hours he had changed his playlist, taken out the name, no title. It was called self-consumption, okay? Consumed with oneself. Not so surprising for a speculative narcissist and possible killer. So, what do you guys think? See, if we look at the desktop version, this is all there is. These 6 songs that we looked at yesterday. But if we look at the slide of on the right-hand side, that is a screenshot from the mobile version of Spotify. And when I researched, they did say there's a delay in updating the desktop version, which really sucks. Let me refresh this page actually and see if it updates now. No, still not. It still doesn't update. Let's finish up this Fox video.
All right, Dan, many more questions than answers in this story. We're going to continue the coverage of Gabby Petito, the investigation, coming up tonight.
Thank you so much to all the news outlets that are also covering this so much. Like every hour I'm looking at everything. I'm really enjoying the WFLA coverage. They're doing such a good job of it. Yesterday I was there watching, I'm sure you were too, the live footage of them outside the Laundrie home where the parents were taken out of the house and put in a car and then escorted back into the house, which doesn't mean they're free. It means that they're still in police custody. They're probably, allegedly, speculatively, I can't say what they're searching for, but in my mind, if I were to really think, I mean, it's pretty obvious, right, guys? They're searching for DNA, and hopefully they're taking and confiscating all the laptops, all the phones and everything, because Brian, this is 2021. You're not going to survive out there without any money whatsoever, and you will never just be, like, not seen at all. At some point, I believe you're still alive based on this online footprint, especially the Spotify thing that's just changed. So the Instagram one, I was already like, this seems like he's a little bit active on there, but maybe people are just blocking him left and right and he's not active. But now with the Spotify thing, I'm like, yeah, he's alive. He's alive. And if he is a narcissist, whether covert or not, it's very unlikely that he would annihilate himself. They don't normally do that. Psychopaths, sociopaths, narcissists, speculatively, from what I've known and what I've asked clinical psychologists. Yes, I've asked. They wouldn't normally do that, depending on how, it depends on how scared he is of going to prison. Yeah, there will be no nature time there for him. How scared he is of going to prison, and if he feels like he could ever recover his reputation or image, which is impossible now, unless he's really striving to be like the serial killers he's read about and like the serial killers that he apparently, allegedly, goes to see where, you know, the hot spots, like the monarch butterfly thing was apparently a spot where I believe it was called the Hi-Fi Killer, where an incident occurred there, a murder, 5 murders occurring there. I got to read more on that. So now I'm just regurgitating information. I will read more on that and give you more accurate information on that when we analyze his art, choice of books, movies, all of that stuff. But for now, the 911 call and his online footprint to me is like, they have to find him. I hope he's still in America so that they can find him. I just feel like he's such an obvious dude. I really do think that the Carlton Reserve and all of that and the Mustang being parked there and then the parents driving the car home, all of that makes no sense to me. Like, what is going on over there? Because the car was parked there. Apparently the note left on the car was from the police saying, you need to remove this car, otherwise the car will be towed. That's what I've seen was on the note, well, what I've read, and, you know, I've heard a lot of things, but this is more like speculative what could have been on the note. I believe it was a formal thing to say your car cannot just be permanently parked here. And so the parents went to look there. But how did he drive there with no one seeing? How did Brian Laundrie exit his home and drive there? I just don't believe that with that stakeout happening. I don't even know if he ever actually arrived home by himself. I know that cameras saw him allegedly on the highway, saw the license plates and the car arriving in Northport, Florida. But did he arrive at home? Was he in the home? Is he still in the home? Is he in the attic? Is he hidden somewhere in the home? Is that what the FBI is searching for? We don't know. I just don't think he was really ever in the reserve. What do you think? I did think so initially because it's the most obvious thing that he's going to go there and just like hide out in the reserve. But now when I think of the Mustang and the note and the parents, I'm like, was he ever even there? Or did he just already escape on the 1st of September? I'm starting to think that even if he arrived home on the 1st, remember Gabby was only reported missing on the 11th. That's no one's fault except Brian's and his parents, because they knew that she didn't arrive home with him. But her parents only learned that, like, wait, what? He's at home? They're not on a trip? We haven't heard from her? He's home in Florida. Like, what? So she was reported missing on the 11th. But what if he already got home on the 1st? And the parents obviously knew, whoa, like Gabby's not with you, and he might have told them what had happened or what he'd done. And what if already there, we're talking about a 3-day head start based on Tuesday to Friday last week. But what if he actually already escaped? That makes more sense to me. Before the stakeout and everything, on the 1st. Maybe he went to the reserve for a bit and, as I say in my South African, clapped it through the reserve, which means bolted through, walked through, whatever. But it is very swampy and flooded now, and he's an outdoors guy. He would know that. He would know, well, that's not ideal, so head out of there on the 1st of September already. Gut instinct says he was never in that house, sitting there while people were staking out and saying, like, please, 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 can you just come to the door and talk to us? Maybe the parents were serving legal papers because it's too awkward to say he's actually not here. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. I also, before I go today, I'm going to do more videos for you guys, but I do also want to say a massive thank you to Darren Frisbee for sending me, I know you guys send in dollars, but I live in the Netherlands, so it converts to euros. Thank you for the 24 euros and 43 cent donation, and you wrote Gabby. Thank you so, so much. Thank you to Phineas Productions for 20 euros 36. I really appreciate the PayPal donations. That is awesome. Thank you guys. And thank you so much for all the coffees. You guys keep me going. You keep me energized. If you don't hear from me for a period of maybe 6 to 8 hours, it's because that's the only time I'm sleeping. Some people have said, do you ever sleep? Never. No, but I actually do. I obviously have to have rest. I'm working my absolute butt off. I'm trying to stay on top of this case, but I do have to take some downtime here and there. So Denise bought 5 coffees. Thank you so much. Good morning, Gisela. I hope you're okay today. Yesterday was such a roller coaster for you and ended in such a heartbreaking way. This is just a small thank you and token of encouragement going forward. That is so sweet. Thank you so much. Hopefully Brian will be found and answer all those unanswered questions for her family as well as us. It's so, so sad. Such a positive, creative soul left this world too soon, just as she was starting to really blossom. Denise, thank you so much. D22 Williams bought 5 coffees saying keep up the great work. Shalina bought 5 coffees saying I love whiskey and bears too. Me too, Shalina. Whiskey and bears. Carve it up. Maul the day. Attack the day before the day attacks you. James P. Guerin, I hope I'm saying it right, bought 5 coffees. I like the work you're putting into this Gabby Petito case. I don't always agree, lol. Jimmy G415 on YouTube, but I'm enjoying these videos. Here is some caffeine to keep you going. Hopefully this will be resolved before 5 days go by. Thank you so, so much, James. I really appreciate it. And guys, you don't have to agree with me. I'm speculating and I'm trying to share as much information as possible. Hopefully someone sees it, and we need to spread Brian's picture around. We need to send it every which way. We need to be posting about him. I also need to do better at that on Instagram. I'm all here on YouTube all the time now, but we need to be posting about him. This pictures of him, there's many looks that this guy has, but we actually need to put together a slide, right, with all the different looks that he has with his facial hair and everything. And by now he would have probably lost quite a bit of weight, I would assume, even though he was already very, very skinny. But imagine if he gets like super thin and grows out a huge beard. I mean, I think he's actually legit bald on top. But if he grew out some long ass like Noah beard, he'll be like Noah Melon Boy. But that would be a scary look for him, right? I just think his look could change quite drastically. If he's already been walking around since the 1st of September, I mean, today is the 21st of September, 20 days, let's say, of him walking around, possibly, or a week. He could look very different right now. You know, it's not like he's showering. We don't know. Maybe his parents put him in a nice little safe house. Maybe he's in Mexico. Maybe he's in Puerto Rico. Maybe he's in the Bahamas. Maybe he's in Haiti. We just don't know. But I think based on his possible movements on social media, maybe, or on Spotify, I think he could be in America still, and he will have many different looks. So we got to look out for him. We got to spread that information. Thank you also so much to Kelsey Threat, bought me a coffee. Thank you for the heart. Molly Cummings bought a coffee. Thank you for your inquisitive mind. Thank you so much for watching. I do have an inquisitive mind. I'm just snooping around over here. I'm just a YouTuber, guys. Please don't call me a podcaster, because I'm a YouTuber. I appreciate that you guys say you like my podcast and that you like my work, but I'm a YouTuber now. Leslie Ann bought you a coffee. Thank you for your videos. I just happened upon the channel and I love it. Thank you so, so much. James Curtis bought a coffee. Ha, I sent you a coffee and my computer wasn't harmed from me trying to email it. That is so funny, oh my word. Thank you so, so much. Sean Holt bought you a coffee. Great work. Really enjoying the YouTube channel. Thank you so much, Sean. Rhonda bought a coffee. Thank you for doing all this research. Thank you guys. Thank you for watching. Thank you for supporting this channel. Thank you for encouraging me, you know, to do this. And Body and Behavior, Crime Watcher, bought you 3 coffees and said, hey, Grill, I got something for you. Hey, Grill is a new one. So Gisela K, G, Grizzly, Gizzy, Grill, I got something for you. Check the back of the van. The wheel is almost against the body of the car. There must be somebody in the car, and I do not think Gabby alone is heavy enough to push the car that low. That's true. That wheel is very low. I saw that. So I'll look into this. Check her Instagram on the 4th of July. The couple standing next to the van, and the body is much higher from the wheel compared to the one in the bushes near the creek. Big hugs. I'm going to look into all of that. Thank you so, so much for that. If you guys also want to get some merch, I've got a huge merch range for you. I don't say huge to be like, oh, I'm got a huge merch range. I just do have a lot of things that you could choose. This is obviously on the right-hand side is about the Chris Watts case, the blue glove. I've been busy with that case as well and investigating that case, inverted commas, investigating. I'm not a detective. I'm a wannabe detective. There, I said it. I threw shade at myself. I've always wanted to be one. My father was a policeman. I really looked up to him for all the work he did. He was a lieutenant colonel in the South African police force, and it really had an impact on my mind. I just wasn't able to become one in South Africa, given the political tensions, there's the circumstances, and the country's traumas, so, and how everything changed. So I love police work, detective work. I look up to homicide detectives, police detectives, you know, law enforcement officers. I know that police are not very popular in America right now, but I love the work that very passionate police officers do. As a retired detective, Phil Grimaldi said, super cops, but like actual super cops who are super passionate, work the case, grill the case, and carve it up. So if you want to get yourself some merch from the store, there is a lot for you to choose from. Here are some of the OGs, original Grizzlies, carving it up in the merch. Carve it up is a slogan on this channel now. If you don't know what it's about, please go check out my Chris Watts playlist, and then you'll learn very quickly what that is about. And thank you so much for everyone who is buying the merch. I see you. Send me pictures, please, on Instagram or email. I would really appreciate it if I could show you guys on here and give you, you know, this presentation, because I love it. I love showing you guys off in the merch. Thank you so, so much. Original Grizzly, if you want to be an OG and Original Grizzly, all you got to do is subscribe, and you can get the merch to show off that you are one. So thank you so, so much. Right, let's put me back on the screen here. I wanted to see if I have a different background for now, but yeah, we can put that one on. For everyone asking what software am I using, I use OBS. It's open broadcast software, so it's what I use to make all my videos. It's how I'm so efficient, if you want to say that. Some people are like, damn, like, how are you doing this? I use OBS for everything. So all the links that you need are in the box below, to everything, to my website, to the merch, to the Buy Me a Coffee, to the PayPal, to all the support that you can show. Come and find me on Instagram if you want to. These are my social media handles. Hope you can read that. We've got at grizzly_books, at that Gisela K, grizzly-books.com is my website, and buymeacoffee.com/Gisela K. We will keep investigating this case. I'm going to keep on digging. I want to look at the sandals behind the van in detail. They also look a little big to me to be Gabby's sandals, to be honest. You know, I read a lot about it before I made the video of the slowdown. I've shared the slowdown footage from Nerve Gorilla. Thank you so much, Nerve Gorilla, for all the work that you do. It's amazing. But I want to zone into those sandals, right? And be like, they look a little big. I was saying she and her sandals, and people were like, how do you know it's her sandals? I don't know. I want to analyze it. It's just sharing the footage. So there's a lot coming up on this channel. Make sure you check out the playlist so that you don't miss out, and if you're watching like 10 or 20 videos ago, you might need to catch up. Now, don't argue with me there in the comments. Well, you feel free to comment as much as you want. But if you're going to say, no, this and this, just check the next video, because each video builds upon the ones that we made before. You know what I mean? I will see you in the next one. Thank you so much for watching. Stay safe. And let's find Brian Laundrie, who's updating his Spotify playlist.